Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we're taking a look at, from the G.I. Joe Classified series, this is the most recent wave that I know of that's been released. This is Sgt Stalker, a classic character who was around since the very day one of G.I. Joe. One of the original field commanders of the team. He worked with Colonel Hawk at the time. You know, he would lead some of the missions and split the team, and then Duke came along and kind of replaced Stalker in that primary role. But Stalker was really there all the time. He started off as a sergeant, I think ended up as a sergeant major. Uh, Alonzo Wilkins, I believe his real name is, came from the mean streets of California, South Central, was a gang leader, reformed his life, and became a respected military commander. If I even remember, did give back to his community. So this is a figure with a lot of history, a lot of respect. Really, I mean, there's a lot of good characters in GI Joe, and I think Stalker has to be at the top of the list. Just in case you're wondering, this is number 46. I don't really know what wave this would be. Um, I mean, it's been around for a couple years now, and they reset the wave numbers, so there is that. And as I'm talking, I'm looking at the back of the box, and I mean, is that Globulus? I mean, are they teasing Globulus? I mean, I thought that was going to be Serpentor. Might be Dr. Mindbender, but you know what? I think it might be actually Globulus. I mean, it doesn't make sense to be anybody else. Maybe one of the Ninja Hardmasters. But, just looking at all the characters we've gotten, all the vehicles they're showing that no chance we're going to get at retail. But regardless, we're here to talk about Stalker. I got this figure from Amazon, and last I checked, it is still available. I think people are going to be going for the Crimson Twins, Tomax, and Zaymot. So you might have a little bit of time, but don't forget, as always, the classified figures tend to sell out very quickly. So Stalker is very nice. It is based on his classic look, meaning that olive drab camouflage. Hey, Hasbro, you knew this figure was coming with this basic body design, the standard army camouflage. You didn't think to maybe include that with your make your own action figure instead of just giving us Scarlet and Snake Eyes for GI Joe? How about like a basic trooper? Not all of us are ninjas. Not all. I mean, we can dream we're ninjas. We can try to be ninjas, but the last time that happened, I had pains in places I didn't even know I had. But that's a story for another time. And much like most of the classified figures, Stalker can actually have all of its weapons and accessories stored on it at the same time. Unfortunately, it'll have to always be holding this machine gun here. It will not fit in the back here, so there is that. But I got to tell you, I don't really remember Stalker being a heavy machine gunner like this. So I actually wouldn't display the figure with this rifle. It is very nice, and we'll take a closer look at it when we get into the accessories, which we're going to do right now. Okay, so first of all, giving us a better look at Stalker. The figure does have all of the articulation that you would expect from a classified figure. It has the ball-jointed head, that extra neck hinge, butterfly joints in the shoulders, universal joints in the shoulders, bicep swivel, double-jointed elbows, wrist articulation. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I just noticed this. Pinless joints in the elbows and knees. Wow, I didn't notice that. This hand has the in and out wrist articulation. This one has the up and down wrist articulation, double jointed elbows, ab crunch, waist swivel, drop down hips. Wow, I'm sorry I didn't notice that before. I'm just used to the pin joints. It just goes out of my head. The drop down hips with a ball joint there, swivel at the calf, double jointed knees, as I said, pinless, swivel right above the boot, and full ankle articulation. Wow. This is actually kind of interesting. I don't think the last figure I reviewed was Spirit. I don't think I'm pretty sure Spirit had pin joints. Wow, I'm gonna have to go back and look. This is really cool. Very nice. This really makes me upset that we didn't get this body for the Create Your Own Joe line. But anyway, getting into the accessories, starting off, very simple knife. Fits in the sheath right here very comfortably. Now, two accessories that I want to point out, because I've been seeing some pictures, and actually it's promotional pictures, and stuff has been shown wrong. Here's an M1911 handgun, and which I believe it's an M1911. And then you have this piece right here, which is a barrel extension. It actually, you can also use that for that hole for blast effects. If you have any Marvel Legends like War Machine or the new Viper pack, I think that is wide enough to fit. But this piece, this front piece, is supposed to fit into that, sort of like a barrel extension. I have seen it used with the machine, with both the heavy machine gun and the submachine gun. You can do whatever you want, but this is not a suppressor. I think this is actually, I think the purpose of these extensions is actually, and they don't just plug in, but it turns the semi-automatic pistol into a fully automatic pistol, sort of like the Auto 9 from RoboCop. But by the way, you know, especially with this piece, this rifle right here, that's already got a suppressor on it. So you're trying to put a piece that will turn into a fully automatic rifle on top of a suppressor. So just a little technical faux pas, but it's your toy. You can do whatever you want. These store on the right leg. Pistol fits in quite snugly. I do believe, yes, you could actually even store it with the barrel attachment still attached, but there is a dedicated slot for it right here. If you're a fan of the Dart Zone line, that's a bit how the first the Dart Zone Mark II pistol actually stores in its holster. Moving along, we have the heavy machine gun here. This is the actual dedicated ammo box for it, and it does peg in with the painted ammo belt facing inward, so that belt will just slide in right there. So it looks like it's feeding into the machine gun. Very nice, and again, blast effect hole. Next, I'm just going to show this real quick. I had it on in the beginning. This is a little bit of a scarf. I don't remember Stalker ever really coming with one of these. I like the addition of it. I think you're meant to take the head off the shoulders and slide it over that and then put the head back on. I mean, it was kind of a pain to slide it on and off because I didn't remove the head. I would recommend not removing the head just because I tried and I was concerned I was actually going to pull out the neck joint. Remember, the neck joint is articulated as well. So we'll just put that aside with the machine gun. Coming next, we have this backpack type of unit. Would you call it a holster for a rifle? But his classic submachine gun fits right in there very nicely. And then here you have, this is the ammunition belt for it. Could also be used as a front grip. That slides in there. I have seen some people plug this into the machine gun there. It really doesn't fit well. So, and then of course the ammo just clips in just like so. Not as easy to get in, but it's really not that bad. But this is Stalker's classic belt. And this, of course, can peg into the back right here. Just get it on in there. Again, I love the inclusion of these holsters, backpacks, you know, the weapon storage. And finally, his little beret with his ranking. There you go. And let's get Stalker and a little armored up here. Let's just drop this into his hand. I know it's not the most prettiest way of armoring him up, but there you go. And Wow, I just can't get over the pinless joints. Oh god, I am so this that's so awesome. But there you go. There's Stalker armored up. This is basically how I would display the figure. So yeah, I mean that's really cool. How about we pause and I will come back with my final thoughts. I like Stalker. I've always liked Stalker. I think the accessory loadout is great. Maybe it would have been nice to see an interchangeable head with the dreadlocks that was from the 50th anniversary version of Stalker, but I kind of understand why they didn't include it. They really were going for more of a classic look, and to be honest, I don't know how dreadlocks really would work in the military, but definitely this is a fantastic figure, and oh boy, that discovery of the pinless joints, that's like really cool. Um, as I said, I got this figure off of Amazon. It should be showing up at retail stores as we speak. I don't know about other retailers. I think other online retailers like Big Bag Toy Store also have it. But keep in mind, finding the classified line, classified series line, is it classified series or classified series line? Finding these figures in stores can sometimes be a little bit of trouble. Stores don't stock them as much because there may not be as much of an interest. And when they do, they're quickly picked up by scalpers who know that they can get a premium for these figures online. As I said, I think Stalker will be a little easier to find for the time being because most people are going to be going for the Crimson Twins, but that doesn't mean you should sleep on it, especially the fact that Stalker was really one of the core G.I. Joe characters, especially in that first 2 year period when the only media that we had for stories was the comics and one mini series. So that's about it for the review. If you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe. I cannot press upon you how important that is. Liking, commenting, and especially subscribing help to communicate to YouTube through the algorithms that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. 98% of you are not subscribed. That really hurts the channel, but it also hurts yourself because you're missing out on a lot of fun stuff. And the views and the subscriptions really help in terms of the monetization and, getting a little scratch back. I know times are tough, but this doesn't cost you a thing. With all that being said, this is your old pal Chuck for Sgt Stalker. We will see you next time.